Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Bill,
I'm Justin.
and spoiler alert. Welcome to Spoiler Corner, and this is our spoiler corner of
Spider-Man
Homecoming. And
Alright.
okay, so first spoiler corner. First of all, if you can't tell by the title, spoiler alert. If you think this is the actual review, if you haven't seen the movie and you care about spoilers, then we are giving you a few seconds to get out. Because if you think this is the actual review,
It's not.
it's not. This is spoiler filled. So we'll give you a few seconds to click out and go watch our car review. We'll give you 5 seconds to click out and go watch our car review, which is spoiler free. So
You have been warned.
that's the warning. If you haven't seen, if you're still here, you've been warned.
The Vulture is the love interest's father.
Yeah.
That legit surprised me. It threw me for a loop. I remember rumors that Michelle was gonna be the daughter of Adrian Toombs, but I did not expect Liz Allen to be the daughter of Adrian Toombs. Liz Allen being the love interest
Of Peter.
of Peter in this movie.
Yeah, he's going to pick her up for
Homecoming.
and
And who opens the door? Adrian Toombs,
played by Michael Keaton, aka
the Vulture, Batman.
like Spidey and Batman on screen together. Yes.
Big Batman fan.
Yes, I'm a big Batman fan. Big Spider-Man
Also a
fan.
big Batman fan.
So we're nerds, aren't we? Let's get to the
So, Peter is very bad at keeping a secret.
Yeah, he is.
My God. Ned finds out he's Spider-Man. Well, we knew that from the trailers. But
Ned is Peter's best friend.
friend.
Was he in the comics or no?
yes, but he was a reporter for the Daily Bugle.
Ah. And well, this takes place after Civil War. Parker is basically seen as the
The wallflower. He's this. He's like a loser. In a school filled with nerds,
yeah.
somehow he's still the loser. Flash Thompson, who's not a jock in this movie,
Which I actually thought that was very clever.
It's a refreshing take on Flash. He calls him Penis Parker instead of Puny Parker.
It's not the stereotypical.
He's not the stereotypical jock bully. He's just the rich kid who has the sweater wrapped around his
With the nice car.
with a nice car and
Which is an Audi.
Spider-Man Homecoming brought to you by Audi. I drive an Audi, so I like Audi.
Yay, Audi! This video was brought to you by Audi. No, it wasn't. Anyway.
Body count in this movie is actually very, very low.
Yeah, it's not very a big violent.
One person dies in this whole movie.
Yeah.
And it was a villain. Well, kind of a villain.
Shocker.
The first Shocker.
Yeah.
There's more than one Shocker in this movie because whoever has the shock gloves is the Shocker.
If you're expecting this big giant bloodbath.
No. It's a pretty small movie for a Spider-Man movie, and it works for.
And I would say with violence, this is a very quick thing. I would say this would maybe not be a bad movie to show your kids. Maybe 9 or 10, not young.
Yeah, there's still violence-wise, it's not that bad, but there's still some suggestive stuff in it.
I would say maybe okay, maybe not 9, maybe 10 or 11.
I mean, I saw the first Spider-Man when I was 8. So.
Yeah, me too.
So,
I would say this is a good one to start them off with, but
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the plot. Like, what I really liked is, again, I said this in the car review. They portray Peter Parker as a normal kid. Like, if you've watched even Civil War, like, there's a part when he's taking on Bucky and he goes, "You have a metal arm? That's so cool!"
Yeah. And, like, that's stuff that, yeah, I would totally say that.
Because, like I said, watching him, you're like thinking, we've all been through that. What he's going through.
You've been attacked by a metal arm?
No, I mean, Peter Parker as a high school kid was sitting there going, we've all been through this. And what's really shocking, what's really good, is the relationship between him and Tony Stark.
Yes.
It's like a tough love father-son relationship.
Mm-hmm. And, like, he even calls that, Tony Stark actually calls that out in the end. Like, he's saying, like, well, you know, when I took the suit from him, that's, like, the big, tough love moment for me. Like,
that you needed. And, like, that is, like,
you should be thanking me, actually.
A big build on his character. Because, like, throughout the movie, like I said, the good thing is that they didn't need to teach, you know, they didn't need the whole, with great power comes great responsibility. Okay, we gotta stop talking in unison. But anyway.
Well, it's so
obvious.
Iconic that it's pretty much engraved into our brains.
Which was actually said by Voltaire. Look it up. But anyway. But anyway, what I'm saying is, you know, he learns that by himself. He doesn't need Uncle Ben. And, like, there's a scene when he's trying to, when there's a, whatchamacallit, when he's at Liz.
His lowest point.
Well, no, first when he's at, like, Liz, the love interest is.
House, and he could have done something.
To impress her.
But in the end,
he says, you know what, I shouldn't use it as a party trick.
And that was mature of him.
They make him very mature for his age. Well, yeah, they still make him as a, you know.
He still makes mistakes because, well, he's a kid.
But the thing is, like, one thing is, after, like, Tony Stark says, you know what, just keep to the ground, you know. But when he takes on Vulture, like, the first time he goes, behave yourself. And then the second time...
Stay away from him.
And then when he doesn't listen to him, and he wants to try to prove himself, Tony says, you know what, give me the suit. And he goes, I'm nothing without the suit. And then Tony Stark says,
if you're nothing without the suit, then you shouldn't have it.
And he takes it from him. And when he goes to fight Vulture again, instead of this cool Stark suit, he has like a frumpy...
a makeshift Spidey costume made out of a hoodie and...
Goggles.
Goggles, yeah.
And, like, there's a scene...
This is actually very similar to, like, Iron Man 3, which kind of, like, has the same theme. It's not the suit that makes the man, it's the man that makes the suit. Yeah. And there's sort of a similar theme to this movie.
Like, when he's... And, like, a big shot that when he's, like, buried under this rubble. And he's like, come on, Spider-Man. Come on, Spider-Man. And he gets out.
If anyone has read the comics out there, there's the Master Planner, If This Be My Destiny.
And that's the scene.
It's amazing. And some...
Pardon the pun.
And Bill here actually said to me, like, you know what, this is actually kind of hard to sit through.
It was.
But you know what? Like, I knew what was coming. Well, me being a filmmaker, I can kind of pick up on some plot.
And this film totally exceeded my expectations. I was expecting Tony Stark to show up to help him fight Vulture and throw him a suitcase with the suit and say, hey, Pete Parker, you need this. And he was going to put the suit back on, but no, he fought him with the suit. I'm like, with the makeshift suit. I'm like, wow, this film totally exceeded my expectations. And this shows in Spider-Man's growth and development that he can do it without the suit. And at the end of the movie, big spoiler, Tony offers him
a spot on the Avengers and a brand new suit.
And he turns it down.
He turned down the Spidey armor. The Spidey armor.
And you know what? That shows that he is... Well, yeah, he's a kid, but he knows his limits. And he knows that he needs more to learn. And he needs to grow.
He still needs those training wheels. Just a little more.
And that's what really made it interesting. And you know what? And I'm glad they didn't go that route that I was expecting them to go.
Let me ask you this though.
Go.
Would you still be satisfied with the movie if they did go that route?
I can't really give a clear answer on that one, if that's okay.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, I would have been happy because I would have liked to see the suit back. Because that's Stark telling Parker, you've earned it back, here you go. I trust you again. But on the way back, it shows that he really had to... It's basically like Tony Stark basically saying, oh, you're in trouble here, let me help you out. But this was better because Spider-Man had to show Stark, hey, I'm going to earn this. You know what I mean? I'm going to earn Mr. Stark's trust back.
Right.
I'm not just going to accept a handout, I'm going to actually fight and prove. And he probably didn't even think he was going to get the suit back. He just thought, because right there...
That's a good point. Like,
right there.
He never, turned around... Well, he did turn around to say, is this a test? But, no, he never did, turn around and say, could I at least have my old suit back?
That proves that, he didn't want to do it for Stark. He wanted to do it for himself and to prove himself. And that was great. And I wish more Spider-Man movies did things like that.
Well, you know what?
What?
The Marvel Studios is going to still produce the Spider-Man movies, at least the standalone Spider-Man movies. They are not involved in Venom or Sinister Six or the Silver Sable and Black Cat movie or anything like that. But the Spider-Man movies, they're still going to play an active role on. So I think we can expect that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And I just want to say some scenes that I thought were really cool, like when he's swinging on the Washington Monument. I thought that was amazing.
That was a really good scene.
Yeah.
Really,
I thought the webs looked great.
Yes.
And the web shooters, I thought they were actually better in these than they were in the web films. No pun intended, that's actually the director's name.
Mark Webb.
What I actually liked is that I feel like the web shooters in the web films were stuff you those little web shooters when the first Spider-Man came out that you buy at Toys R Us.
Oh.
Yes, I had those. Shut up.
So did I.
We all did. But anyway, I thought this was actually, even though Justin compared it to a John Hughes movie, I think this was actually probably one of the more complex Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
And the tone, it speaks differently because the tone is very laid back and fun. But this was actually probably one of the more complex ones.
Yeah, I would agree with you because
shoot.
Because it's not complex in character motivation. They don't have this crazed lunatic going around killing people and threatening to take over the world. No, these guys are just trying to make a buck and illegally endangering other people's lives, but still they're trying to make a buck.
So anyway, this movie, like I said, I would say, again, this is a good one to take your kids. 10 or 11, you think that'd be fair? Or?
Yeah, that's a fine age.
10 or 11, this is a good one to get them started, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.